So far we have finished topic 2.1 of module 2, right? So today it is the second topic of module 2, right? Focusing on curriculum and planning. That is a module. And then here, right? Our topic, right? Topic 2.2, right? Writing learning objectives through Bloom taxonomies. So the two key terms really important, right? That we need to understand. The first one, it is a learning objective. So what is learning objective? And the second one, what is Bloom taxonomy, right? So now please come with me one by one. Here contents, okay. So learning outcomes of this topic after finishing our topic. So the learner will be expected to blah, 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 right? And the second one, warm-up questions. The third one, key discussion question. The next one, definition of learning objective, Bloom taxonomy learning objective with Bloom, and also some samples. Okay. And the last one, references. So here are learning outcomes of the topic 2.2, right? So the first one, Fanny described the key characteristic of Bloom taxonomy, including its various levels of thinking, definition of thinking scale at each level, and how each level build on the below it, right? Okay, so here the trainee described the key characteristic of Bloom taxonomy. So what are the key characteristics of Bloom taxonomy, including the various level of thinking? There are two levels of thinking, lower order thinking and high order thinking, and definition of what lower are and what higher thinking skill are, right? And also what are their relationship between each other in order to build up each other, right? And the second one, trainees can explain how the taxonomy has changed over the last 70 years, particularly with respect to the modifications introduced by Anderson. So Anderson was Bloom founder students, okay, that we call revised Bloom taxonomy. Then. Okay, the next one is a trainee can explain how the taxonomy have facilitated various aspects of education process, especially in designing curriculum and assessment, and also writing the objective, learning objective, right? So you can see such as teaching, curriculum development, and assessment, right, as I mentioned, right? And last but not least of the topic 2.2, so the learning outcome. Trainee can use Bloom taxonomy to rephrase learning objective, to write, to conduct or to prepare learning objectives, instruction, okay, teaching, and also test question preparation in order to reach different connective levels. You know, connective levels from the lower order thinking to higher order thinkings. And also we can say knowledge. So connection here, we can say knowledge. Okay. So consider, right? Okay. Just only test you. Number 2. Okay. So 2 plus, who can guess? Okay, 2 plus 2 equal not 4, but 5. Okay. Do you still wonder why is it like that? Because the right mathematics right calculation 2 plus 2 mean 5. But here is not a mathematics, okay? It is one technique that you apply in the classroom when the students are in the messy manners, or we can say as a messy class or classroom, right? So 2 here mean two learners, that means learner A and learner B. And next 2 mean 2 ideas or 2 topics. And 5 here mean 5 minutes. So we can use this technique in order to change complicated situation become positive or favorable situation in our classroom before we start to teach one lesson to the student, right? Okay. It is one technique that is called an ice break for classroom application. I think it is really practical, right? That you can use when the student are messy, or the student make noise, or the student lack of attention. So before getting the student attention or prepare the student in a well organized manner, you can use this technique, right? So here are warm-up question section. Okay, I have 5 questions to welcome to you in order to test your knowledge about this topic, right? Okay, so the first question is, what is a learning objective? Why should we use learning objectives? Okay, so who can tell me the definition based on your understanding? What is a learning objective? And also, why should we use learning objective? Who can tell me? You can talk in Khmer or in English, it's up to you, right? Okay, second question. Who created the Bloom taxonomy? Who revised the old Bloom, right? And the third question, what are the 2 types of levels in Bloom taxonomy? And the fourth one, what are the 3 domains of Bloom taxonomy? And the last one, do you think Bloom taxonomy is important for our teaching? So go back to question number 1. What is a learning objective? Have you got any idea? Who can express the idea for this question?
Could I try, please, teacher?
Yeah, please.
I do believe that a learning objective is what we expect to learn after a course, or yes, I think it's what we expect to learn after we have attended in some situation or context.
It is a lane?
No. I mean, it's what we expect to learn, or what we set to. Yeah.
So learning objective is what we expect to learn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. What's next? About the other, have you got any ideas about the definition of learning objective? What we expect to learn, right? What we expect to learn. Okay. Okay, one more, right? Yep. Vietnam, thank you for your answer. Right? You are right. Okay, so learning objective, okay, is what we expect the learners to learn from the lesson, right? Okay, so why should we use a learning objective before instruction? Why? Why should we use? Why should we set up? Why should we create learning objective before we start the lesson? Why? Who can answer?
Teacher, let me try. We should use a learning objective to prepare before the class. What should we do when during the class, like prepare a material, or which methodology that we should use for our student? That's all, teacher.
Okay, so thank you. How about the other? Have you got any idea on this question?
Can I try a bit more, teacher? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think the reason that we should use a learning objective is we want, as a teacher, we want to make sure that students have learned what we aim to teach them or not. Yeah.
It can also set that as a limitation of the lesson content that you want to improve the student performance or academic performance, right? So
Yes,
you need to limit. So how many points from the content or from our instruction of the lesson that you want the student to learn, right? So that's why we need, if we don't have any learning objective, we might not be on the tracks of instruction, right? So that's why we have to set the goals of the lesson. Okay, by the end of the lesson, what you want the student to learn, right? It's really important. And as I mentioned, as that it is a limitation as well, right? Because we depends on the content of the lesson, the time consuming, and also easy for us to prepare some technique or methodology in order to push the student to reach what you want them to be or to learn, right? Okay, so thank you, right? How about number 2? Who created the old Bloom? Who know? Okay.
Okay, I think maybe our teacher also know about his name, but I just want to clarify. For the question, the old Bloom it was created by Benjamin Samuel Bloom. This is his full name.
Okay, Benjamin, right. Okay, thank you. How about Sinon? Who revised the old Bloom?
I'm not sure, teacher, but I'm just try. The one who revised the new Andrew Church, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so you can say Anderson, right? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dr. Anderson, right? Okay. So who created the old Bloom? Benjamin Bloom. And who revised the old Bloom? Anderson, right? Professor Anderson. Okay, so now how about number 3? What are the 2 types of levels in Bloom taxonomy? 2 types of levels.
Teacher,
Yeah.
I can answer. The 2 types of Bloom taxonomy is lower order thinking and higher order thinking.
Yeah, lower order thinking skill and higher order thinking skill. In short, we call LOT, LOTS, LOT, lower order thinking skills. And for higher order thinking skill, in short, you write HOT, or you say HOT, HOTS. Okay, thank you, Chanti. Okay, so now move to question number 4. What are the 3 domains of Bloom taxonomies? Who knows the 3 domains of Bloom taxonomy?
Let me try, teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, first domain is about connective domain. Second is affective domain, and one more is psychomotor domain.
Okay, you are right. Well done. Okay, so there are 3 domains of Bloom taxonomy, such as connective domain, psychomotor domain, and also affective domains. Okay, in short, for connective domain, you can say K, that is a knowledge. And psychomotor domain, you can say hands. Okay, that means activity or actions. And affective domains, it is heart. Okay, feeling, emotion, right? Okay, or attitude, in short, right? Okay, so the next one, and also the last one as well. Do you think Bloom taxonomy is important for our teaching or not? And why? Who can try question number 5? Or I can say, why do you think Bloom taxonomy is important for our teaching? As I mentioned in the learning outcomes, okay, Bloom taxonomy is really important for the 3 things. The first one, that is teaching or instructional strategy. And the second one, curriculum design. And the last one, assessment, right? So I would like to raise one of them, okay? To be open, to be discussed, to be details. In question number 5 of my warm-up question. So why do you think Bloom taxonomy is important for our teaching?
Teacher,
In terms of you are teacher, right? Okay, so now please.
To me, I think Bloom taxonomy is very important for our teaching and learning. Because if we are a teacher, we want a student to be a good problem solver or to be a creator, and especially they can develop their 21st century skill. So we need to think about Bloom taxonomy, especially a higher order thinking level. higher order thinking skill. That's all,
Okay,
teacher.
that's a good job, right? For your answer. So the real important, okay, for our teaching that we consider or we get benefit from Bloom taxonomy is to push a student to become a problem solver, to become deep learners, and also higher order thinking or creator. Okay, so that is the reason why Bloom taxonomy is really important, okay, for our teaching, especially in the whole education, right? Okay, so we do not take the student only remembering, okay, or understanding or practice, but also push them to the higher levels. Because in higher level thinking of Bloom taxonomy consists of the three smaller parts: analyze, evaluate, and also create. Right. So that is a reason, right? Okay, so now okay, that's all from warm-up question section here. And then we move to here are the key discussion question there. So I have 4 different questions, and then I will read and translate for you in order to make you understand well about the questions before you work together in a cooperative manners to find out some answers or some contents in order to respond to each question listed here, right? So the first one, how widely is Bloom taxonomy used in Cambodia? Do you think that the taxonomy can have wide application in Cambodia? Why or why not? ជាងសំណួរនេះមានន័យថាតើវាទូលំទូលាយបែបណាដែល Bloom taxonomy ត្រូវបានប្រើនៅក្នុងព្រះរាជាណាចក្រកម្ពុជាយើងតើអ្នកគិតថា Bloom taxonomy នោះគឺមានការអនុវត្តទូលំទូលាយដែរឬទេនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាហេតុអីបានជាអ្នកគិតថាត្រូវបានគេប្រើយ៉ាងទូលំទូលាយទាំងនៅក្នុងការបង្រៀនទាំងនៅក្នុងការរៀបចំតេស្តដែលយើងហៅថា assessment ទាំងការដែលយើងរៀបចំកម្មវិធីសិក្សាហើយបើសិនបើយើងមិនឯកភាពទេហេតុអ្វីបាទសម្រាប់សំណួរទី1 The second question, why do you think that Bloom taxonomy has proven so resilient over the last 70 years, especially given how much society has changed since the taxonomy was first introduced? បាទខ្លឹមសារសំណួរនេះមានន័យថាតើហេតុអ្វីបានជាអ្នកយល់ឃើញថា Bloom គឺវាបានបង្ហាញថានឹងមានភាពល្អប្រសើរបាទអស់រយៈពេល70ឆ្នាំកន្លងផុតមកហើយនេះបាទអញ្ចឹងយើងអាចរាប់ថយក្រោយទៅអូខេតាំងពីការចាប់ផ្ដើមណាជាពិសេសវាបានផ្ដល់យ៉ាងច្រើនទៅដល់សង្គមឲ្យមានការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរចាប់តាំងពីការបង្កើត Taxonomy នេះឡើងបាទអញ្ចឹងការបង្កើត Taxonomy នេះគឺនៅក្នុងឆ្នាំ1956ណាអញ្ចឹងបើសិនបើយើងរាប់ពីនោះមកដល់ឥឡូវនេះ70ឆ្នាំជាងហ្នឹងគឺមានការរីកចម្រើនច្រើនបាទអញ្ចឹងដើម្បីឲ្យរកឃើញចម្លើយទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងតោះតែយើងទៅមើលឯកសារប្រវត្តិបាទរបស់ Bloom Taxonomy ឡើងវិញជាពិសេសពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹង Benjamin Bloom. Okay, the third question, how has the taxonomy changed over the years? តើ taxonomy បានផ្លាស់ប្ដូរបែបណាដែរបាទផ្លាស់ប្ដូរទម្រង់ផ្លាស់ប្ដូរគុណភាពបែបណាដែរអស់រយៈពេលជាច្រើនឆ្នាំដែលបានលើកឡើងបាទនៅក្នុងសំណួរទី2ហ្នឹង Do you think that the changes have actually improved the taxonomy or not? តើអ្នកគិតថាការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរទាំងអស់នេះបាទការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរទាំងអស់នេះយើងអាចនិយាយអំពីទម្រង់នៃការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរពី Old Bloom មក White Bloom ហ្នឹងថាតើវាពិតជាបានកែលម្អ taxonomy ហ្នឹងឲ្យកាន់តែល្អប្រសើរឡើងឬក៏វានៅដដែលបាទ Can you justify your answer? តើអ្នកមានអីទៅបកស្រាយទៅលើចម្លើយដែលអ្នកឯកភាពណា Okay, so the last question and for the last groups, do you think that the changes introduced by Anderson in the 1990s have actually improved the taxonomy, or do you prefer the original format that Bloom introduced? Can you justify your answers? តើអ្នកគិតថាការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរមួយចំនួនដែលបានណែនាំដោយ Anderson នៅក្នុងទសវត្សរ៍ឆ្នាំ1990ចន្លោះ90មក2000ពិតជាបានកែលម្អ taxonomy នឹងយ៉ាងពិតប្រាកដដែរឬទេឬក៏តើអ្នកចូលចិត្ត ពេញចិត្តនៅក្នុងការប្រើទម្រង់ចាស់របស់ Bloom Benjamin ដែលបានណែនាំអញ្ចឹងដើម្បីឆ្លើយតបនៅសំណួរហ្នឹងថាតើអ្នកអាចមានអីជាអំណះអំណាងដើម្បីបញ្ជាក់នៅចម្លើយរបស់អ្នកបាទ Okay, so after my reading in English and also translation in our mother tongue, please ask me that.
Teacher,
Yes.
question about question number 3 and number 4. How is it different, teacher?
Okay, I would like to clarify the difference between number 3 and number 4. So number 3, we focus on the Benjamin Blooms. And number 4, we focus on Anderson, right? Are you clear?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, good, right. I think I cannot finish the lesson, right? Because we have many slides, okay? So now stop from this one and then have you got any question? Want to clarify? បាទប្រសិនបើមានសំណួរអីអត់យល់កន្លែងណាបាទអញ្ចឹងអាចសួរឡើងណាបាទអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំអាចបន្តទៅមេរៀនដើម្បីបញ្ចប់បានទេដោយសារពេលវេលាយើងណាអូខេអញ្ចឹងមេរៀនហ្នឹងបន្តទៀតខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើវីដេអូទម្លាក់ជូនលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូណាហ្នឹងអ្វីដែលសំខាន់នៅពេលដែលអត់មានសំណួរអីទេសម្រាប់ key discussion question ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំនឹងចាប់ផ្ដើមបែងចែកក្រុមបាទ